to rise four figures. No, like they just need to have. I feel like if I can't date someone who's unemployed personally, if you're not employed, unemployed, or you don't have like a side hustle that's making you bread. You don't have that.
You do know, guys. How are you 17, 18, 19 living off your mum still?
It's the Date Master, and we're back. The pressure and the heat is on. I told you that this heat was coming. We're going to keep it going. We're going to talk about toxic delusion and how feminist indoctrination is passed on early. At the beginning of this video, you're going to see a clip, and I'm looking at and listening to the accent. I'm thinking they're in the UK, somewhere in that area, and you hear this young girl state, how are you 17, 18, 19 and living off your mom still? One must ask, what type of expectations were set? Where is this type of reality coming from? You're 17, 18, 19, of course, there is a stigma in our communities to where once you're 18, the parents kicks you out. But when you look at society today, if you don't set your children up, or if children are not set up with a plan, this is if they have their parents in their life. Their parents doesn't give them the proper tools and resources at 18, then they're going to have to figure their way. They'll have to find their way. Now, there are a few rare gems that people love to make the exception to rule, where you had those who come from dire circumstances where they had to take care of themselves at 16, 17. They had no choice but to get it out the mud and find their way. But still, 18, they're still, in a lot of cases, are not there yet unless they're the rare exceptions. Exceptional athlete going to college, overseas, entertainer, rapper. But those are very rare. A lot of people that make it in the music and the rap industry, it's very rare that they're going to be 18 because it takes work. But here you have this woman so vehemently stating that it's disgust or distasteful or it's not acceptable to be 17, which is still in high school, 18, you can be in high school and coming out, and 19 and still living off your mom or your parents. This toxic delusion and feminist indoctrination is passed on early. Because a young girl who's in her teens, she doesn't just pick up behavior out of the air. She doesn't just pick up this notion of saying what a man should have going on or all of this when she doesn't have a pot to piss in herself. When she hasn't even figured out her way. But if you are on social media and having, boys on the mentorship, we are interacting. We send a friend request. We follow just to make sure we're seeing what's going on in their world, because their world is a little different than ours. But you see videos after videos on World Star, all type of platforms that show these young children acting and talking and behaving as if they're adults. This is a result of parents trying to be their friend. And I'm going to do a video on that as well. And somebody's going to say, how you going to talk about people with kids and you don't have kids? It's very ignorant. Because I would give you a scenario to say, well, the woman that has had children, when you went to the hospital, did you make sure the neonatal nurses, all of the doctors that's delivering your baby, telling you how to nurse and hold and take care of your baby, did you ask all of them in the room when you had your legs spread open, hey, do you have a baby? Because you can't deliver mine if you don't have one. Hey, do you have a baby before you tell me your professional opinion on how I can nurture my baby? Sounds very ignorant, doesn't it? Of course it does. But this is the world that we live in. Women have grown to the point to where there's no masculine authority that they respect. Oh, there is, but we won't get into that. There is one example of masculine authority that they do respect, and that's your white police officers. They don't even respect the black police officers. You seen videos go viral where these young girls are fighting police officers. They're fighting police officers. Depending on the environment, they will try to fight police officers. And this is white and black. I seen it on both ends. But mostly, if it's a black police officer, they're going to be very disrespectful and violent towards them. But this starts at an early age because behavior is learned. It's learned through observation. And you have these girls in this video, and it looks like it's a panel of guys as well trying to say, well, how does that make sense? These boys shouldn't even be in the room with these girls having this conversation. They should be focused on academics, entrepreneurship, skill, etc., etc. They shouldn't even be having this type of conversation this early on. But I'm pretty sure that it was the girls who pretty much set up this whole panel of discussion. But this toxic delusion and feminism that's going around, you getting these girls younger and younger, and the mothers are not understanding that they're destroying their children. They're destroying their children before they even get a chance. They're ruining them with this toxic delusion and feminist indoctrination. Telling them what they should expect, what they deserve, not telling them what they should work and how they can work for what they desire. They're telling them what they should deserve off the bat without putting in a lick of effort. This is why you guys are running into relationships early on. When I look at my comments, and shout out to everybody that's been commenting on my videos, this is when you look at men 22, 23, 21. And it doesn't stop there. It starts there. It starts much earlier. But these guys are giving testimonies, and the girls, when you talk to them, giving you testimonies of toxic relationships. How does a 16, 17, 18-year-old girl know how to be toxic if she doesn't learn it from her parents? More so the mother. Because it'll be rare that she emulates the dad. Because a lot of cases, the dad is not present anyway. Or if he is present, he's only present part-time because, of course, she's not married. It's baby mama and baby daddyism. But a lot of women are ruining their daughters. And these young men are waking up by the masses. You're seeing these content creators in their early, mid-20s, some in their teens. They're getting information that I wish I would have gotten in that age range as well. But everything happens for a reason. The experience taught me more than anything. It taught me better than any YouTube video ever could. The experience to deal with and see and really break down and analyze my relationships. And I've run across a lot of women who felt entitled, felt that I should act and behave this way. And the moment I didn't behave this way is when it became toxic. Usually you're going to get toxic behavior from a woman when you're not doing what she expects you to do or what she was told that you would do or supposed to do when she does something or when she behaves in a certain manner. And you're seeing this with the older group of women. It's going to be weird that a woman changes and heals herself and grows into a mature adult. You see women in their late 30s, 40s, talking as if they're 17, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, twerking and all this type of shit. They don't look for growth. They look for salvation because they think they have learned the game and they have this beauty and this cunning game that they're going to finesse a guy. Yeah, you'll finesse a few here and there, but you won't get any man of means or man of value. In the masses, you won't get that, especially moving forward. Going forward, the dating game is going to get very rough. It's going to get rough on both ends. It's going to get rough for the guy that doesn't want to put in the work, because again, the women are wiping out that middle, man. It's not going to be any gray areas, but it's also going to be rough for the women who put themselves and their careers and their entrepreneurial, endeavors first, because this takes time, and they get to their 30s and now, okay, I want to get married, I want to settle. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. You mothers are telling your children and your daughters especially to get a job, get a career. You don't need a man right now. And that's making them think that the world is their oyster and they can do whatever they want until they're ready to submit to a man of means or a man of value. And it does not work that way. But this is just some things you're going to start to see. The dating game is changing for the worst, which I see it for the better, because now there is no reason for men to be fools and to be used and finessed, because the information is here. You have plenty channels, plenty content. And in this area, in this age, you don't even need a YouTube channel to see it. All you got to do is get on your social media and look at the behavior across the board, and you're going to see the same thing. You see the same talking points, same rebuttals, same hairdo, same presentation. And this will make your choices and selections much easier when you're ready to, when you've built your legacy, you built yourself into a man of means, a man of power, a man of value. It'll make your selection very easy. You'll know what not to pick versus what to pick. It's the Date Master.